So because the regions have that personal relationships with some of the companies and sponsors, they also need to assist us with getting sponsors and signing up sponsors. Although I must add, the IIA is not an events company.
Yes.
We don't want to be seen as just doing events, although it is important for members to attend our events to get their CPD credits and points. So remember, our events, we aim to break even on our events because we're a non-profit. That's our main goal.
Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of INbrief Podcast, and this is a place where you as an internal auditor, as an assurance provider, you should be. Well, you know that, remember that song, Vavas J, yeah, ding, ding, ding. This is a place where you need to be as an assurance provider, as an internal auditor, because this is where we learn a lot about internal audit and a lot about what's happening in and around IIA SA. If you are not an assurance provider, that's fine. Take this video and share it with somebody else that's an assurance provider, with your young kids that are aspiring internal auditors or aspiring auditors, so to speak. So welcome to this amazing, lovely episode. We've been at it for such a long time. So I'm at the Sugumam Kambakbone vibe. As you can see, I'm wearing a duck. It's not because I'm having a bad hair day. No, my hair is brilliant. I just want to, it matches up with the outfit, just in case you're wondering. And today we have an exciting guest. Her name is Odette. Odette is in marketing in the IIA SA. Hello, Odette.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
She's nervous, but she's well. Odette, how have you been?
Very well. I only recently joined the IIA, so it's been quite an exciting journey for me since I've joined. But yes, I love every moment of it.
Before we go to joining IIA for 10 years and then anniversary for 16 years, let's start with, tell us more about Odette. Our viewers likes to know more about the people that are behind the scenes, because I think we've seen you a lot in sneakers and jeans and shirts running around during events, but nobody knows what you do. And you are very quiet, by the way. It's like quietly moving around. We just see her, but we don't know. It's like, Odette is there. We didn't even know her name is Odette. Well, guess what? Her name is Odette.
I'm undercover.
Undercover. Kind of like what you guys do. So tell us more about yourself. Tell us about who you are, where you grew up. Are you married? Do you have kids? What do you enjoy? Yes. What are your hobbies?
Sure. So I'm married. I've got 2 kids, and I have very sporty kids, so I enjoy spending time next to the rugby and netball fields on weekends.
Boy and girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How old are they?
16 and 14.
Oh, they're still young. Okay, couple is their uncle.
Yeah. Okay. So I used to think that going to sporting events on weekends is a way to relax. But nowadays with all the big sport, the competitiveness in sport, it's actually more stressful going to a sporting game on a weekend than just...
Stressful for you or for them?
For me, as a parent. The competitiveness.
The parents also, because their parents are passionate.
It's hectic.
That's my son!
Don't hurt him. Yes, but I enjoy being outdoors with the kids and my husband, and just spending time with them. I also quite interesting. I enjoy doing sewing as a hobby.
Sewing?
Yes, making things, and I think that's where...
Not with a machine, with your hands?
No, with a sewing machine.
Oh, I almost said, that.
No, not with the hands. No, that's too. No.
Yeah.
That takes too long.
Okay.
No, with the sewing machine, so I make stuff, I cut patterns out, and I make clothing and bags and all of that in my free time.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think that's where the marketing, the creativeness also comes in for the marketing side of the job.
That's good. Where did you grow up?
In Roodepoort, Krugersdorp area.
Yeah, that place. Can I just say, right? I enjoyed staying there. Hey man, but it's like a country on its own. It is so horrible when it comes to electricity. Sometimes I used to stay in Rodekrans.
Oh yeah, me too.
There was a moment where we didn't have water for a long time.
Yeah. So
a long time.
So that's where I grew up, and my kids were there now growing up as well. But we recently moved to Pretoria, so now I'm in the capital of
the capital city of Gauteng. No longer in Roodepoort.
No.
Yeah, Roodepoort is like a village.
Yes,
in Gauteng.
It is. But even Pretoria, it feels like
really.
For me, it feels like a whole new country being there.
Yeah. No. I understand because I grew up in Pretoria, then I lived in Roodepoort, and Roodepoort felt like a new country.
Yeah, so you
it's
swapped it around.
Yeah, I swapped it around. Yeah, it felt like a complete new country. And then in terms career-wise, where did you start your career and how?
So after school, I actually moved to America to
really?
fair, yes. And then after a while, I came back and I started working for an outside broadcasting company.
For how long did you go to America for?
13 months. So just over a year.
Oh, is that where you met your husband?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought your kids were international.
No. So
okay.
Then I came back and I started working for an outside broadcasting company doing project management. And then I felt the need that I want to study again.
Okay.
And I enrolled to study through UNISA, doing my marketing degree part-time. And then I got an opportunity to work for a company that specialized in cybersecurity and IT governance as a marketing coordinator. And I worked there for 6 years, built up the whole marketing department from scratch. There wasn't anything. Built it up to where they are. And then I got headhunted by a company to do that specializes in business incubation and help businesses grow. And then after a year, I actually made it to be part of the executive team.
Wow.
Yes. And then the opportunity at the IIA came up after a year and a half. And now I'm here.
You know, your career was so interesting. So you basically changed.
Yes.
Careers. What were you doing before you went into marketing?
I was a project manager.
Oh, you were just doing project management.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Event coordination. So that company it's an outside broadcasting company. So it deals with camera operators, sound people, doing live broadcasting.
That must have been a lot.
It is. It was.
That must have been
a lot of planning, a lot of arrangements. You need to know what's happening in your production every single day. Times change. People miss their flights, then you have to book new ones. People miss their Ubers, then you have to book new ones 3:00 in the morning. So, yeah.
That for me already sounds like a headache.
Yeah. Yes.
So, what attracted you to, firstly, marketing?
So, as I said, I think because I have the creativity of constantly trying to create new things and be innovative, you know, and I think that is the main thing that pulled me towards marketing. I actually started studying finance. And then I said, no, finance is not for me.
That is so not you.
Yes. Not me. So, and just then marketing was just the thing. And although I studied marketing, a lot of the knowledge that I have today is more experience throughout my whole career than what I've actually learned through my degree.
And events? Oh, but then you were doing events management in your company, so that's where you got your experience from. And IIA, how did you get here? When did you start?
I started in May.
Oh, that's why we saw you at the public sector conference. Yes. Okay.
That was actually, I started and I think not even a week after I started the event, the public sector was happening. Yes. So that was being thrown into the deep end, but at least there was another team doing most of the arrangements. So it was just me actually just being there and being help and see what's happening at the back end of all the arrangements and just make sure that be assistants. Because I just joined, so I couldn't really do much or contribute a lot. But it was quite an exciting event to be part of.
So tell us more about your role in IIA. What is it?
So I am the manager for marketing, events and brands. So as you can hear, it's quite a mouthful. But I believe the 3 different pillars fit into one role. It is a big portfolio because events itself is quite a big responsibility. But I think the 3 elements work so well together that without marketing, you can't host events.
Yes.
Without events, you can't really do more marketing for your brand.
Yes.
The brand.
Without brand, you can't do marketing.
You don't have identity.
Yes.
You know, so all of those the three elements always work together. And maybe one that's missing is sales as well.
Mm-hmm.
I always say sales and marketing.
They are always hand in hand.
Go together.
Okay, that's great. So in working at IIA, so the company that you were in plus the outside broadcasting company versus IIA, what's the big difference?
I think the big difference is the IIA is a little bit more structured, more you can do a little bit more planning in advance, where the other outside broadcasting is more something can come up now for tomorrow. You know, it's all last minute bookings and arrangements, where this is a little bit more structured. I think we also have more strategy in mind than just being having a production. The production side, it's literally you are being booked to do somebody else's strategy for them. Where with the IIA, we need to make our own strategy happen.
Okay.
Through events and through our branding that we put out there.
All right. So a little birdie told me that you are also busy with the website for IIA SA.
Yes.
Right. So for people that don't know, what is it that you need to do, or what is it that you would like to do about the website? Just take us through that, because obviously the website, that's the way in which members can communicate with IIA SA. When you Google the Institute of Internal Auditors or even Internal Audit, the first website that would probably pop up is the IIA SA website.
Yes.
So, and obviously there has to be a user journey that they need to go through. So let's talk a little bit more about the website. When you looked at it for the first time, what made you say, I want to change this?
Yeah. So, yes, actually when I was called for my interview, I did some research on the page, and I picked up so many errors, links that doesn't work.
Oh my goodness.
Content there's so much content. And I think in today's world, people like to find content in a better, easier way, and not
don't click here, then back door.
Yes, and they're looking for images, and they're looking for moving pictures and more graphics, where I think the current website, although it has so much information for the members, it's just a little bit too word heavy. We need to update the graphics. The user experience, I think, is lacking for a member as well. Our events pages are outdated. The look and feel is not modern. And that's why we're working with a development company to help us develop a new front end of the website, although we can't change the back end at this stage where members log in, because all of the information that members need for their profile is still on a separate platform. But the front end is something that we can change. And also the software available nowadays, the templates that we can use on WordPress, it's so easy for us to drag and drop that. It's so easy for us to learn and teach new people, team members, how to update the website because of the new features that is out there. So one of the other things that I've noticed on the website was also the compatibility of the website on mobile devices.
So because in my understanding, I wouldn't know. So you have to, when you design a website, it needs to have a mobile view and a desktop view.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the current website, there isn't.
No, it's not compatible to mobile users.
Interesting.
So it makes the journey. Yeah. So let's say people spend most of their times on their phones.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, Facebook,
everything,
Instagram.
Is on their phones.
All of our stuff is on phones. Social media is there. So if you have to register for an event on LinkedIn and you want to register for this event happening, you click on it and you look at this page and it's like, oh no, I'm not gonna. It doesn't look right. I'm not even gonna. Is this company even legit?
It's like you have to move things around, like to get the event. Then you must turn the screen around, and like as if we are still in the Stone Ages. Where people still do it. Remember that thing? What do you call it? That moving thing that it shows you that the page
bar,
goes there. Yes, now you must move their bar as if we're still in the Stone Ages.
No. So that was also one of the things that I picked up when I did the initial review. And There's quite a lot of, I think we also have a limitation in what we can do with the current website.
I was about to say, because you know why I was about to ask you that prominent question, because IIA, unlike any other organization, it's a body that, it's a child to a parent.
Yes.
A parent is the one who probably sets out the standard as to how the website should actually look like.
Yeah.
So in our case, what red tapes do we have where the website is concerned?
So we do have a website affiliate document that we got from Global.
Did you say affiliate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we are affiliates.
Yes, from the Global
Yes.
website. So they give us all the brand guidelines and all the website do's and don'ts that we must adhere to. So that makes it easier for us to make sure that we adapt our website in such a way that we comply with the global standards as well.
Okay. And we're going to play a game, right? But yeah, we're going to play a game. This game is quite simple. Yes. I want to tap into your event organizing space. But before that, with the website guidelines, do they even tell you the types of images that you need to use?
So the Global, they also give us the brand guideline to use, and in that they show us the types of images that they want us to use. They don't want us to use any animations. They do like us to use real people, real life landscapes, because that's what the brand is about. It's about modernizing and being there for the profession.
So with the images, with the real life people, does it have to be us, or you can whip it out from AI?
No, so I think it can be anything. Anything. But I think it must fit with your country.
Okay, makes sense.
It doesn't help we try and put images of a different culture.
Yeah,
on
that's
our
not
website.
South African.
It's not South African. So we must keep that in mind as well whenever we do social media posts, website designs, just to keep it to us as South African and not have American. You can easily see if a picture has an American face.
I know, we can see it. Their hair is not the same.
No, definitely not.
It's not the same.
So we have to keep to our cultures.
Yeah. Okay. So now imagine you put my face on the website, front page, me with I don't know what, and then say I work for IIA and then I resigned.
Then we remove you.
So do we have to update the website all the time?
Yes.
Like, Cabello.
Yes.
Remove. Let's find another picture.
So we do prefer using stock images that's available to us.
There we go.
You get it from local companies.
Okay.
There is local companies that do stock images that's specifically for South African with South African people. So that's quite nice to use.
Okay.
But yeah, we tend to use more generic photos than keep it to the team members. Although we do put board members on the website and the exco and leadership, but as soon as somebody leaves, we have to remove
it's good thing you put board, because board is supposed to be there for 2 years, so at least we know the image will remain for 2 years. After 2 years, remove. Put somebody else.
But you know what? It's quite interesting and difficult at the same time to make sure that your website is up to date.
Yeah.
Because, you add and remove so many things on a daily basis, and to make sure that your links work, to
it's
make the user experience.
It's a lot of work.
Just to improve the user experience, it's quite a full-time responsibility.
Yeah.
And, if you make spelling mistakes on website and stuff, you don't really look that professional.
I've been there. I know.
So that's also where the eye for detail has to come in from a marketing space.
All right. So let's play a game. We're just going to play 2 games, right? So the game I'm just going to ask you, it's called What Would You Do?
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
I'll ask you a few questions. It depends on the time. So the first one is, it's the public sector conference. IIA conference, the one that's happening in 2026.
Yes, the big one.
The big one. And Masego all of a sudden is this big speaker everybody wants her, because she's been working with IIA. IIA was like, we are more likely to have her as a keynote speaker when we open, because we need somebody with the vavavoom to show everybody that we are up to speed. She's big in Africa, not even South Africa, Africa. And we hire her. And Masego was like, because she likes to overpromise and wants to please IIA, forgetting that UN is calling her for another meeting. I can come. Then boom, private jet comes in. They're like, hey, girl, you have to go to UN 5 minutes before the event.
Yeah.
What would you do? You promised people that I'll be there, by the way. And people are looking forward for me to be there. What would you do?
Okay. So I think it's two scenarios. Either we should think of setting up a virtual session with you.
I didn't even think about that. Never even crossed my mind.
Yes.
I was like, I would say, we are sorry, we apologize.
So we can set up a virtual session.
Okay.
I mean, especially with FIA being virtual as well, hybrid.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
We can set up the virtual session and you come in as on the screens, we make sure you broadcast. Another thing that I think we can either see how soon you can get there and then maybe move the program around in such a way that so that we can still feature you if possible.
Yeah.
Or we can see if there's a replacement, maybe one of the sponsors can maybe take
that space. Yeah, but they're not Masego, unfortunately.
No,
they are not
definitely not.
Masego.
Definitely not. And I also think you must apologize profusely for the misunderstanding or the cancellation and maybe
guys, UN is calling me. There's nothing I could do. You know, Ban Ki-moon was like, hey, we need you. There's nothing we can do. Then what about this one is a big one. Last minute major sponsor withdrawal.
Okay, so I think that has quite a big impact probably on your budget.
I'm pretty sure even with the marketing, because obviously you have to announce that these are your sponsors and you have to include their images in every artwork that goes out.
Yes, so what we'll probably do is remove the artwork, the logos from the artwork. Or, you know what, first of all, I think it's better to communicate with the sponsor and find out what's the reason. Is it costing? Is it what happened and why?
What would be the reason why a major sponsor or a sponsor pull out of an event?
So it can be maybe that hypothetically speaking, invoice wasn't processed quick enough. The benefits that we promised
are not. Okay.
But we make sure that we adhere to that promises with every event that we do for the sponsors. Maybe it's a matter of maybe it's the head of marketing that maybe didn't.
Maybe they changed the marketing too, and then they're like, nah.
The procurement process wasn't followed. It's maybe possible, or they maybe had a double booking not a double booking, but more of the team that was supposed to attend our conference is actually supposed to go to another conference. I don't know. Maybe that's also a possibility. But normally we haven't had that yet. Maybe when they pulled out, it was in advance before our program was printed, before all of those different things were done. And also we don't start promoting them until the signed contract is done.
So they sign a contract and obviously they have to pay, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the contract binds them and then we get POs and then an invoice is issued. And once that is done, they are liable for the payment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the nearest event, the nearest event that we have, we don't count the AGM. We don't count it. Is the public sector conference. It's happening in May, right?
Yeah, big conferences, yes.
Big conferences.
Regional conferences still coming up.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the regional
the big ones, yes.
Let's say you have low attendance for the public sector conference. What do you do?
The event hasn't started yet, right?
Yeah, let's say you discover this reduced registrations.
Yes.
Let's say 2 weeks before the event.
Okay. So what I like to do is do paid campaigns on social media because I've seen that work quite a lot.
Do you do paid campaigns for LinkedIn?
No, not yet.
Okay, I was about to say, how do you do it?
No,
I was about to ask for advice because I want to know how it's done.
No, not yet, but that is part of my journey here at the IIA to start implementing paid campaigns as well so that we target the right audience and the right members. But that's one of the first things.
And it's working?
Yes. I've used it at
Meta. Do you use Meta?
And LinkedIn as well.
But how do you do it? We need to sit down after this. Because I'm struggling to do paid campaigns for LinkedIn.
Yes, LinkedIn
I'm
is
trying
a
to
little
figure
bit more
out.
expensive.
I was about to say,
Yes.
Guys,
Yes.
even for you to have that premium gold thing,
yes, for
you
your
pay so
account,
much
yes.
money.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you know
LinkedIn.
what? It's worth it. If you
It is.
weigh up your leads that you generate through that, and also the quality of leads on LinkedIn is higher than the quality of leads on Facebook.
Absolutely. Even
Yes.
on Instagram, you're more
Yes.
likely to get the
The
right
one, yes,
one
on
on LinkedIn.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I would say a paid campaign on all the platforms would be good. And I also think calling companies. Have a team to call companies and say, we've got this event. Are you interested in sending your employees to attend the event?
Yeah, but I think for IIA it's also easy because you're calling people that are already members of the institution
Yes.
and they already know.
No.
They
Yeah.
already know. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about regional conferences,
Yes.
regional events. So you handle the event coordination for all of them.
Yes.
Then, if that's the case, what is the role of the governors and people that are within those regions?
Yes, so my portfolio deals with the regional conferences and the regional events, where we have another team looking after the bigger conferences. They're part of the program team. Okay, so my team, we look after the regional and the national events taking place at the IIA. So we must keep in mind that the governors and the committee members are all volunteers. We do events as our primary job.
Yes.
So we should see our governors and our committee members as assistants for us. So although they give us the dates and the type of event and the topic and help us with the program for the specific events, it's still our responsibility as the IIA and the national office to make sure that those events run smoothly. And that's where planning plays such a vital role in events. Starting the planning in time and sooner than later. Sure, I can't tell you what a big difference it makes to the planning of the event if it's submitted early enough, if we know that if the event is happening. And that's also where the regional committee members come in and the governors to say us and to let us know as the national office. They plan events, the events for the years X, Y, Z.
So they plan like ahead of time that
Yes.
you're going to have this amount of events,
Yes.
and can you please come help out? Or
Yes.
So who comes up with the events? Is it national or regions?
Regions.
Okay, so the regions come with a plan.
Yes.
All right. So in terms of sponsorship sourcing, does the region still look for sponsorship
Yes,
for
they do.
themselves?
So because the regions have that personal relationships with some of the companies and sponsors, they also need to assist us with getting sponsors and signing up sponsors. It is one of the things that I'm trying to drive with the team as well, is to assist with that. But because the relationship that the governors and the committee members have with those sponsors, they do bring in quite a lot of the sponsors for us.
So are you also involved in the marketing of those? And do you also follow the paid promotion route when it comes to regional events?
So we haven't done any paid promotion for any of our events. So all of our events attendance have been all organic.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Really, the number of attendees that we've had at all of our events, even the conferences, we have not launched a paid campaign for our conferences at all. So can you imagine where we would be if we start doing paid campaigns for our events?
Very, very far. Very, very far.
Although I must add, the IIA is not an events company.
Yes.
We don't want to be seen as just doing events, although it is important for members to attend our events to get their CPD credits and points.
Yeah.
But we don't want to be seen as just an events company. We want to be seen as thought leaders, sharing that information with the members that they need, for the profession.
Yeah.
So attending an event is actually helping them build their knowledge, but it's not our main focus. We have new services that we launch. So it's a combination of a lot of things, not just events.
Okay. So there's something that I want to ask, but before I ask, I want us to build it up first. We cannot market anywhere, anyhow, without branding.
Yes.
So what is IIA's brand statement? So let me put it like this.
Yeah.
What is IIA's brand values? Like, does the global give us something? Because remember, when it comes to the website, they give us, what do they call it? you said it, affiliate website revamp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So in terms of IIA's branding, like what are the do we receive guidelines, and if at all, what are they? Do you know why I'm asking you this question? You know, sometimes, say for example, you said the regions are the ones that are coming up with events, and right now we're attracting a lot of more and more youth, which is why we had a Young Leaders Network.
Yes.
Is it Young Leaders Network? Young Leaders Conference, Youth Conference.
Yeah.
Right, in September.
Yes.
And it's great for somebody like me because I am crazy. And I would think I want something to fall from the sky with I forget the profession and the fact that we do not control ourselves when it comes to certain things, especially with messages that we need to put across, which is what prevents us to market anything that we do in a certain way. So when it comes to the branding, do we have it? And if we do, and do we also promote it, or rather teach or even train or even communicate with our regions that, hey, these are the guidelines that we have. If you want us to market something, we want to have an event, at least a little bit within this safe space.
So there is, like I said, a big document that we get, but we got
Sure.
from the
Did you say
global.
big?
Yes.
Wow.
It has everything. It's got the size of the logo that needs to be on what type of background, what the color should be. You know, we, as you've probably seen, is the logo has a lot of green and blue in it.
Yes.
The deep blue colors where
The green
talks
and
about stability and the tradition and the long-standing promise that they give to members, and where the green is more of the energy and vibrancy, modern kind of color that they bring into the brand.
Yeah. So when we were building up and asking you about branding and what branding statement is and how what's the branding for IIA, the reason why I was doing that is because I wanted us to build up to more and more about social media, right? As you're a marketing expert, there's a reason why companies have marketing, right? And it's very important. And I didn't learn it until I became an entrepreneur myself. In fact, until I started working for this company that's marketing heavy. I didn't understand why. Marketing heavy. Now, what are the tools that we use to promote, or rather to bring up awareness to either the public or to our members? What social media platforms do we have right now?
So we use LinkedIn, Facebook, and then Instagram, YouTube, and we also put our podcast on Demio as well.
So
and Twitter. But Twitter is a difficult one. Twitter, we're losing actually subscribers with the reporting that we do on a monthly basis. We're actually losing subscribers. You know why? Because on Twitter.
Why?
Yes. People need to start pay for Twitter, and they don't want to. So then they'd rather just move off the platform instead of stay there.
Honestly, X is toxic.
Yeah.
It's toxic. It's okay. We're better off. And it's not, the platform is not toxic.
Yes.
The people made the platform toxic.
Yeah. I think it's quite difficult for us to make sure that we keep all the users happy. But I must say, we have not had bad comments, and if we do, we try and sort it out as soon as possible.
In our company, we made a brave statement that we don't care where the world is. We are not moving to X. That's a statement that I've made. Reason being, we don't want to be too accessible to an environment that is less controlled.
Yes.
Right? And that's the statement that we've made. We are not moving to X, whether it's paid or not paid. If it was up to me, I would only promote our content on LinkedIn. But LinkedIn does not allow me to have shorts, reels, and there's certain things you can't post on LinkedIn. The more you post videos, the less professional it becomes. So that's the limitation, which is why we had to stick to Facebook and Instagram. But is it possible for IIA to say, nah, X? Because you know what? In X, bad reputation or even bad comments or bad stuff are easy to come across. Let me give you an example. But you said it yourself that IIA regions and have volunteers. We had Nyasha who was sitting on this chair, and she said the same thing, that we have volunteers, board members are volunteers. Say, for example, they want to attack a specific board member that IIA has put on its platforms. And X is a place where people they write stuff. And then they're like, yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
You Mr. or Mrs. IIA. You did this and this and this and this and this. And that attaches the backlash towards that particular person to the IIA brand. Is it possible that one day for IIA to say, not X?
So Our main focus is not X. We get some engagement still on X. So I don't think we'll move off of X. At this stage, what we create for other platforms, we literally post on X as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like we have a special or specific campaign running on Twitter. So it's the same content that's on all the other platforms goes on to. So
okay,
it's not a separate campaign.
I see.
So if that user want to complain on X, they can complain on LinkedIn or Facebook as well.
Because it's the same thing.
Yes, because it's the same content.
Okay.
So I don't think for us at this stage, it's really a big headache to be on X. It's just another platform. Although the engagement rate on X is really lower than all the other platforms.
Yeah, makes sense. It makes sense. Can I be the devil's advocate today?
Yes.
Let's talk about our social media.
Yes.
Before you joined, obviously you looked through it and searched what's going on. What was the first thing that came in your head? Or what was your first impression when you looked at all the social media pages?
Honestly, we post too many event stuff. Event posts. We do too much marketing of just events, and there's not a good balance between events, thought leader with our value proposition, with our values. You know what we bring to the users. So we're busy with a very big campaign to change the way we post things, to do less or the same amount of event stuff, but more value added, more podcasts, more
because they're educational.
Yes, more educational content than just event. Like I said, although events is part of our CPD for members to get their CPD points, it's not our main focus. And that's what I'm trying to implement.
So let me tell you my honest opinion.
Yes. And remember, I only joined in May.
No, it's okay. I'll start from May until now. When I look at particularly LinkedIn, that's okay. I think it depends on how knowledgeable we are, right? So we post social media, or our social media strategies differ per organization. When I looked at it, there's no busy page on LinkedIn than our page. Sure. Our page is busy, Odette.
You know what? We even turned down on the number of posts per day. A year or so ago, it was almost 12, 13 posts
in
a day. Now, at least we went down to about 6. Maybe
that's
5.
Still a lot.
It is a lot.
But
remember, we've got a lot of content that we need users to...
And it's wasted when it's not posted.
Yes. And remember, we've got 12 regions.
Also, yeah.
So if all the regions have different events running, even just having 4 regions running events in the same month, we need to help them market the events. And although they also have their own pages, or we kind of ask them and what is the right word?
But constantly posting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, we want them to have their own posts.
Yes.
Or their own pages.
Yes.
You know?
Is it possible for them to have their own pages?
Yes. Some of them have already. Some of them have closed groups.
And then post them there.
Yes.
Hey, that page is busy. Because you know why? Because when we were looking at it, like sometimes there's some real, like for example, I was looking for the call for speakers, right?
Yes.
Which has my face on it, by the way. Which has my face on it, but I couldn't find it. I scrolled and scrolled. If anything, I see the same post or the same event posted differently with a small change over and over and over again. And I'm like, at least, I don't know, can we categorize it? I scrolled through that thing for
But if you see it over and over again, it means that our marketing is working. You know why? Because we aimed for users to click on the click more, the read more button.
Yeah.
Okay? So that they can engage with our content.
Yeah.
Okay? As soon as they engage with our content, the algorithm picks up that they see us as a valued group and a valued company. So if you click on our read more and the information comes up, you are going to see our content more often because you engage with us, you click on our read more. That's why we don't put also as much information on our artwork, but more in the copy.
Yes.
Because we want the members to read through the copy as well of the caption and not just look at the artwork. So we can increase our engagement. Remember, click counts more than just a view.
That's true.
So that's helps us with our engagement.
Because I was like, guys, it's like somebody wakes up and Kavelo says, I'm going to click post. Then somebody else comes, I'm also going to click post. Because if you look at the timeline, especially like, to be fair, before your time, maybe after your time as well, like 45 minutes, then 45 minutes later, another post.
Yeah.
Then like an hour later, another post. I'm like, what do you want me to concentrate on now? That was a lot. Oh my goodness.
So I can tell you that we are working on improving our content.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot to say. So it's really a strategy and a objective for us to improve that.
So the same post that you put on LinkedIn is exactly the same as what you put on Instagram as well.
Yes. Remember that some people do not. I don't really like. For me, I don't really go onto Facebook that often. I'd rather be on LinkedIn.
No, I forget Facebook exists.
You see, so there's different users use different platforms for their social media.
Even the copy is the same?
Yes.
Okay. Because I thought with LinkedIn, it would be more wordy. Because LinkedIn is informative. When people are on LinkedIn, they're willing to read.
Yeah.
But when you go to Instagram, not so much.
Yeah.
Facebook, I don't know what people in Facebook do. I don't know what they do.
They look at the pictures. Yeah. And even X is even less, eh?
It's just the one caption.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
Yeah, it's difficult to really keep everybody happy on social media.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think the people are getting lazy to read. You know, so if we maybe put too much copy on LinkedIn, it might drop our engagement rate because the copy is maybe too
long.
Too word heavy.
Okay. I see you also do webinars.
Yes.
Okay. Which webinars? Like, I don't know. Maybe because,
Have you not seen the advertising on the social media for the webinars?
Which one? I must have missed it with a million posts. Which webinars? I think I saw one webinar. Okay, I can't tell you what it was, but it was one. That's the only one I saw.
So remember, the regions need to prompt webinars as well. Okay. Us as the national office do webinars, but it's with the messaging that fits the national office. Like we've got the facet training, the GIS training that kicks into place beginning of Jan. So that was a very good webinar. Now, this week, we ran that webinar with over almost 600 people joining that webinar.
Are they free?
Yes.
For everyone?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. And how did you, so in terms of webinars, obviously it's content. Webinars are like podcasts. You pre-plan.
Yes.
Right? You need to know who are you bringing, what type of information will be out there.
Yes.
So with regards to these webinars, what type of information are you actually, what can I say? What type of information or what type of webinars, what type of topics are we focusing on these webinars?
So there isn't a specific topic. So I can say the Joburg region, we hosted an ethics webinar for the Joburg region a few weeks ago. And because members need ethics hours for them to keep their membership. Okay, so that region used that opportunity to host an ethics webinar. So the theme was all about ethics, and the members can now get their CPD hours because of that webinar.
Okay.
The facet one was a global standards webinar. So that topic is different because we spoke about the standards that is being implemented in January. But like I said, it should also come from the regions. They do prompt those webinars because they need to make sure the topic is relevant, the speakers. And for us to ensure that we have a successful event, we set up dry runs with the speakers before the event, 2 or 3 days before. We go through the whole pack, talk them through the process, Q&A, what will happen, camera off, camera on. You know, the whole process, we discuss that with them. And on the day of the webinar, we have about 3 or 4 members from national office that run the webinar with the regions.
Yeah.
To ensure that there's no laptops that freeze and then there's no webinar. Just as a backup, we always have more than 2 people on a webinar
Okay.
from our side.
Can I speak something completely different about webinars? Actually, it's related to webinars and any other event that we host. I'd like to believe that every time when we have events in IIA, we have pretty much the same people in most cases, right? That are speaking in these events. Granted, internal auditors are not the most, extroverted, right? Majority of internal auditors are introverted, meaning that the extroverts will always pop out at some point. How do we ensure a variety of topics and speakers in all the events that we have? And also, do we only use the speakers that are affiliated with the IIA or are internal auditors, or can we get people that are completely outside the career to become speakers for the events that we have?
So we rely a lot on the regions to assist us with the program. Okay, for us as for the events team to get speakers, we do assist, but because the regions have that vision of the theme and the topic of the event, and they already start asking and speak to possible speakers. Also, some of the speakers are at different regions. So although there might be same speakers at different regions, it's not to say that people in Limpopo would be at the same event in KZN.
Yeah.
Okay. Although the topics that they do discuss are quite topical and it's a trend at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the regions do take the responsibility of booking the speakers and to ensure that the topics that they discuss are relevant and fits into the program. We also try to bring in Arlene as a keynote speaker on most of our conferences because she's just such a great CEO, and whenever she presents,
she has to
the
be there.
audience is just like literally their mouths hang open and they just like every word they say, they just hang on every word she says,
Yeah.
And the regions look so forward to having her on their conferences and part of their program. And, we see her every day and she's Arlene, our CEO, but other regions see her like, the
once
CEO
in a while
of the IIA is coming.
When she passes by, they're like, is that
her? So we try to make sure that Arlene go to all the regional conferences and represent the national office there. And I must say, like I said, members do love her and enjoy all the presentations that she gives to the members.
Okay.
But we also do intervene when we see topics are not being covered. We do, as the national office, try to suggest speakers and also, look at LinkedIn, see where speakers, look at other institutes, what speakers they got for their events, and see maybe if we can get them at our events, but just maybe covering a different topic.
Yes.
So we are open to and do some research from our side as well on that.
On that one, how big is the institution in using celebrities? Let me give an example. So in most of the national conferences that we have, the MCs are well-known people, right? For example, the previous national conference, we had Verity Price. Verity Price is well-known. And we had, she's a Toastmaster, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had, what's her name? The lady who was the MC for the main conference. She's a newsreader.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And the public sector conference, we had Tabiso, right? And I'm trying to trace back. Yeah. So how big are we in terms of using celebrities? Let's say, for example, in one of the national conferences, you use somebody as big as Trevor Noah, just to give an example. How big are we on that?
So remember, our events, we aim to break even on our events. Because we're a non-profit, that's our main goal. So when we book celebrities or MCs, it all depends on the cost and if it fits into our budget. The same for all the regional events. We have a budget that we need to stick to make sure we don't make a loss. That's our main thing, because we can't guarantee the number of attendees that will go to the conferences or events. That's why the planning of the event is so important, because if we don't have enough time to market, we won't have enough attendees.
That's true.
And then again, we have a loss, and it's bad for the institute.
Are there any ways in which we can measure the impact? We're going to break it down, right? Let's start with the impact of our social media posts. Let's break it down even further. Social media is used as a source of information, right? We inform, we announce, we invite, we educate. How do we break down the content that is provided to members, and how do we measure the impact of such content?
So we do evaluation forms after the events as well, to get the members' feedback. To see if what speakers.
To show that I don't do it. I'm sure. I'm so bad. To be fair, I'm always busy, guys. Like, I'm always busy.
Yeah, so getting feedback from our members and attendees are such valuable information that we work with. We take that information and use that for future events. Even, we've even now used it in some of the team members' KPIs to say, use the information that we get and bring that into our next event going forward. Let's try and innovate a little bit more. Let's bring something new to the webinars. Let's add maybe a quiz to the webinar. Let's maybe add more polls. What are those different things that we can use from the information that we get from
engagement purposes? Yes, especially for webinars.
Yes. And if a speaker performed well,
do they get something?
No, we give them their ratings. Yes. We give them feedback after our events, especially the conferences. Because the members complete the evaluation form, we actually give them the rating that the members gave them during the evaluation form. And also comments of maybe areas of improvement, what they did well.
Can I just say thank you guys for making me famous? I'm saying that. So I think there was a post on social media. I think it was about the AGM.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of me with Arlene.
Yeah.
I was wearing a pink dress with nice weave. It was new that weave. I had to mention it. So that picture was on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't even know what lost did I speak to this person. I didn't even know they knew me. They are not even in internal audit at all. Took a screenshot and sent it to me. They're like, you are trending at IIA. I'm like, go to YouTube. Just go to YouTube.
You see, so our marketing is work.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
It's all organic.
Yes.
Nothing is paid.
Yes.
So at a previous company that I worked with, their budget for paid media was over 300,000 a month.
My budget it's also high.
So can you imagine if we just implement some paid media for the IA, how many internal auditors we can reach with our content? And be specific with what we put out and what we want to have as paid media.
I think with that, it will work with membership renewals.
Yes.
That would work best with membership renewals. I think with events, a lot of companies already have it on their budgets, right? A lot.
Yes.
Unless if we want to attract more internal auditors to be members of IIA. But I think membership renewals and CPD hour, what do you call it? Reporting.
Yes.
Because I remember there was a post last year, December, where the previous CEO even had to post it that, it had red. We even now know if I post something in red,
it's the red campaign.
It's serious. Alert, like we in our heads, we already know. And it was about it's either you do that or you lose your accreditation.
Yes, and that's where we are now. It's almost December.
So you're gonna put that red.
Yes.
I'd like to believe that marketing in an organization such as this one, where you are not necessarily driving sales but more awareness and presence, is not the same as any other corporate company. What have you found as challenging in this space, particularly for this type of organization?
So I think because we also have such a variety of members, different types of members, sometimes the messaging that we need to put out for specific member types are different. So it's different. It's difficult for us to really make sure that we cover all the bases and cover all the whole audience, but we do try to do that. We really do. And like I said, it's a journey. You know, we all in this together. And at the end of the day, we're here for the members.
Yes.
Without members, the IIA do not exist.
Absolutely. That's true.
So as far as and as wide as what we can give them value to the members, that is our main focus.
Yeah.
If it's through events, thought leaders, you know, just the basic polls, you know, market research, details or notices from the global IIA, you know, the IIA Global, you know, we just try to keep the members informed.
As much as possible.
As much as possible.
Okay, Odette, that was actually a nice interview. Thank you so much for coming in and shedding some light in marketing. I think marketing, like internal audit, in most companies is one of the most undermined departments. But how else would you make your company known to people if you're not marketing it?
Yes.
And marketing goes with brand. Brand speaks to the identity, the value statements of the company. Through the branding, you'll understand exactly what it means. Today, we can't use yellow because we choose to use yellow, or purple because Masego's nails are purple, or I just woke up and decided that it's going to look like we are confused.
Yes.
And obviously, because of a company is a juristic person, the brand, it says a lot about, it gives us about the character and the characteristics of the person being IIA SA. And so far, we are happy with what you've been doing. We are happy with what you've been seeing. Thank you very much for reducing the posts every day, because wow, it was a lot. It was like somebody was like, I'm posting. Next minute, let me run, I'm posting.
So let me move away a little bit from the digital side.
Okay.
You must visit our brand store, and
Where
then you
is
can
it?
wear our merchandise.
No, I'm gonna start wearing your merchandise.
You see, like we're getting
You see, from now on,
you see,
it will be me merchandise,
please.
IIA everywhere.
Yes.
When I attend the conferences now, from now on, I'll be wearing the merchandise. Please be on the lookout. I'm going to buy them. I'm not getting it for free. You need to learn to support.
and you know what? It is actually so interesting to see the members wanting to buy the branded items. I mean, it's not like a Nike or Adidas. It's the IIA.
Can I tell you why? I tell you why? They can't wear t-shirts from their companies. That's why.
And you know why as well?
Yeah.
Because they see all our brand on the social media posts. So it's in their head all the time. That's all they see.
This is what I want to wear.
And that's what they want to wear. You know, so we're winning some.
In a
our
way.
marketing is working. So visit our brand store and buy our merchandise.
Please buy. The jackets are nice. Wow. The jackets are very nice. Please buy the jackets, buy the shirts, buy the pin. Whatever you can buy, just buy it. You know very well you can't use your company's branding for conflict of interest purposes. You know. So the best thing for you to do is to buy. At least when you rock up with something written Institute of Internal Auditors, no one paid you or bought you to come up with the finding with a low rating because of that. So make sure that you buy those merchandise. Are there any quick parting words? We are out of time actually. Are there any parting words that you have for our members? You can look into that camera.
Just keep following us, like our content, and give us feedback on all this, the content that you want to hear from us and see from us. We're here to value you as a member and work together with you to give you the best value that we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. As we always say that feedback is crucial, is important to us. How else would we know what you need,